In a shocking trade, NaLyssa Smith unexpectedly gets sent to the Las Vegas Aces for their 2027 first round pick. So this was not on my bingo card because truthfully, I don't really understand this trade. I never would have seen this coming. As a matter of fact, I don't think NaLyssa Smith saw this coming as she posted to Twitter, "Sick to my stomach, dog. Never seen this coming, but I love you, Dallas Nation. Thank you for everything." Even Hunter Cruz, whose videos you have probably watched, he talks a lot about the NCAA and rates a lot of the players, and he's also a writer for The Next. He gets into like the real nitty gritty of like stats and whatnot, and what did he post? He posted, doesn't shoot, doesn't pass really, doesn't make free throws, doesn't defend. Yep, here's a first rounder. Obviously and clearly confused by the trade himself. When the news came out, I quickly hopped on my laptop and I wrote about it and I gave grades, which you can also go read on Women's Fast Break on SI. But I graded NaLyssa Smith to Vegas a D, and I graded the Dallas trade, getting the 2027 first round pick, a B+. And unless something else completely materializes from this trade, I just don't get it. And the Las Vegas Aces have pretty much sold their future away for NaLyssa Smith. They have also waived Liz Kitley, who is a young center, and I have to say she has been struggling, but she was kind of thrown out to the Wolves, like with no real development time when A'ja Wilson went out because they were lacking a big very badly for the Las Vegas Aces. And I don't know if it was the pressure, I don't know if it was like her being played so consecutively so quickly, but she really just didn't perform very well on the floor. And I mean, for the record, it doesn't really like matter in this trade, but Tiffany Mitchell was also waived by the Vegas Aces. And just so you guys know, there is no GM. I think Becky Hammond probably is the acting GM for the Las Vegas Aces. And I don't know what her deal is. There's rumors that she's going to go back to the NBA because, like, you know, the Aces are just in a weird place right now. They are not consistent. They did just beat the Phoenix Mercury, which is a bit of a flex because the Mercury are in second place and doing really well, but they're just very inconsistent. They seem to lack an identity, and a team with A'ja Wilson on it, clearly one of the best players in the WNBA, and Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray and Jewel Lloyd. These are 4 Olympians, so I don't know what the heck is going on in Vegas, but I guess what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But here's the deal. The way that the WNBA is going, it is going up-tempo, it is going fast. We are seeing these young rookies starting to really dominate in this league that is like kind of shifting into a different direction. And NaLyssa Smith is kind of the opposite of that. She has quite like a slow release time. She doesn't run up and down the court quickly. Like, she's pretty slow in fast breaks. She doesn't really have much of a court IQ. Now, saying all this, she has had some pretty good games with Dallas. Like, I remember a game where she was just blocking everybody, but these are very inconsistent games. Like, she does not have a consistent cohesion and where she plays and performs really well from night to night. There was an in-game interview with Kurt Miller where he kind of let it slip that getting NaLyssa might have been like a carrot to dangle for acquiring Dejanay Carrington, who he really wanted, who, by the way, also hasn't been really performing really well with the Dallas Wings. And as a matter of fact, since she has been benched and she is out with an injury, the Dallas Wings have actually started winning a bit more. But anyway, I think the Dallas Wings might just be tanking for the 2026 and 2027 draft lotteries. Because in the 2026 draft, they could potentially bring AZ Fudd over, who plays really well with Paige Beckers. They could also get Awa Pham. They could also get Olivia Miles. And who else is in the 2026 draft? Oh yeah, Flau'jae Johnson. So those are some pretty good prospects. Oh, and I forgot to mention Lauren Betts. Like Lauren Betts, who single-handedly carried UCLA into the Final Four. But the 2027 draft has Juju Watkins, Hannah Hidalgo, and Mylasia Fulwiley. So these next few drafts coming up have some pretty good prospects up at the top. And if the Dallas Wings, they are second to last right now. They have lost 13 and won 5. The only other team below them is the Connecticut Sun. Not shockingly at all, because I don't even know if the Connecticut Sun will be able to win another game this season. They are on kind of like a historic losing streak. But really quickly, just to segue back to the Las Vegas Aces and why this was, like, in my eyes, unless something else happens, such a weird trade, is they seem to have mortgaged their future for NaLyssa Smith, which, again, I still don't understand. Again, Becky Hammon is not a GM, and she's kind of the acting GM because they don't have one. And the GMs are the people that make these decisions. And the writing is on the wall. Look at the Mystics. They are a pretty fun team to watch. Like Sonia Citron, Kiki Iriefan have fit in seamlessly to the WNBA because this is the direction the WNBA is going. And the older players are not, as exciting to watch. The younger players get it. You need to have like a decent perimeter game. And if you don't, you need to be like Kiki Iriefan and be fast running down the court. Versatility is so important, something that NaLyssa Smith does not really have. And the Las Vegas Aces do not have another first-round draft pick until 2028. So they are pretty much stuck, except, in 2026 is the Wild West of free agency. So there is going to be a lot of movement. But really, the only perimeter shooters that the Aces have are Aaliyah Nye, who is a rookie, and she has been doing really well. She is a good spot-up three-point shooter. Chelsea Gray is a better shooting guard than she is a point guard, and Jackie Young is hit or miss. She can have some heater games, and then sometimes she's kind of just like ice cold. And that's why I rank the acquisition of NaLyssa Smith to the Las Vegas Aces a D. And as weird as this is to say, because the Dallas Wings are just losing and they're going to continue to probably lose, I think that this was a B+ move for the Dallas Wings because Curt Miller is somebody who understands building for the future. It's assumed that he was tanking with the Los Angeles Sparks to get Paige Beckers, and he ended up getting fired for that, and only to be hired as the general manager of the Dallas Wings. So it is, with as many first-round draft picks as the Dallas Wings have coming up, which is 3 first-round draft picks in the next 2 years, which in 2026, they have 1 of their own, and now 2 for 2027. And the way the WNBA draft lottery works, it basically adds together the last 2 seasons, and then you get these lottery balls. Like the more you lose, the more balls you get in the draft lottery, so the better your chances are of getting picked first for the draft. Basically, like you get the first pick. And the way that things are going for Dallas, they seem to be on track for a prime spot in next year's WNBA draft lottery. So B+ Dallas. But the bottom line is, it kind of looks like the Aces got fleeced, or they just made a really weird decision that we have yet to see the result for. But the Dallas Wings, they look to have the upper hand in this long-term growth. Now, some people are thinking that the Indiana Fever, with the current hole in their front court, should be on the phone and trying to acquire Liz Kitley because she is on a rookie scale contract, which the rookie scale contracts will be going up when the CBA kicks in next season. So she is kind of a deal if you want to develop her and you want to spend the time. She could be sitting on the bench. Maybe she plays, maybe she doesn't play. She does not take up a lot of cap space. But that would not really help with what they want to be doing this season, because I am sure that they are already looking for somebody else. Like, basically, I think they need more of a 4, like a stretch 4. Somebody like Letitia Amihir, maybe Chloe Bibby, but ideally Emma Miesemann. But I personally don't necessarily think Emma Miesemann is a lock. So in order to get Liz Kitley, they would have to waive somebody, and the obvious choice for that would be a Bree Turner. Now, Bree Turner is on the WNBPA as, I think, the secretary of the Players Association for the WNBA. So I don't know how much of a faux pas it would be to actually waive her, how much clout she has, in the league. But I think that if, people are getting cutthroat, and if you want to succeed in this league, that just might have to be the direction the Indiana Fever go in. Because I don't necessarily see Bree Turner being better than almost anybody in the league, unfortunately. So Liz Kitley, hey, why not? Because I guarantee you, Liz Kitley on a rookie scale contract, somebody is going to snatch her up. And there have been so many other things that have happened. I have been gone for a few days. I have been not available to write, to post, to do anything, but I am back. There's lots of all-star information. Caitlin's Nike shoe came out, and we have a whole slew of new teams in the WNBA, which I have mixed feelings on, but maybe we'll get to that in another video. And until then, I will see you next time.